I've been sent a rusty old pipe to see if I can make a trepanning tool out of it. With a problem with the bore. It's been join bored in the middle and the bores don't meet up. They meet up, but there's a step in them. Let me just see if I can show you. I'll try zooming in. Not sure if that came out, but it can be a problem because I only end up these tools only end up with a 2mm wall on the inner cartridge here, so I don't want to machine that and it break through into the bore. I'm going to get a micrometer out and check it, see if there's anything I can do with it. So I've measured it, and this half of the tube is 30 thousandths of an inch smaller than this half. And first thing I need to do is cut this end off. It wants to be 50-inch long, the tool. Then when I've cut this end off, I'll prep it for a shank to fit inside, bolted and welded. Ideally this could have been going on a saw, but I don't have one that will cut 9-inch diameter, so I'm going to turn it off. Yes, I could have parted it off, but this is faster for me, and it's time that I'm up against. There's only a 1mm thickness on that wall now, and I'm not able to film this. I've slowed the revs down. If you can see it's just starting to break through. So it is quite dangerous to do this. You've got to know what you're doing and what can happen. So I'm not going to go any deeper with it. I'm just going to, I'll pull the cone out, get some gloves on and manhandle it off. As I said, it was quite a dangerous process doing that. You really have got to know what you're doing. Don't try this at home, kids. I'm just checking the bore is concentric with the OD, and it's easily within 5 thou, so I can carry on with it. This is the end of the tube where the hole is bigger. So this is where I will mount the cartridges, knowing when I mill the scrap channels in, I won't break through into the bore, as the bore is smaller further down the tube. So let me get the face pattern on it. Right, what I want to do now is try and clean some of this rust off. Not that it'll make a difference to how the tool works. It will just look ugly, and I don't want it to look ugly. I want it to look pretty. So I've gripped on the inside of the bore on the shoe. I'm going to clean it using emery cloth and the magical WD-40. So this is before, and this is after. Right, this end's ready to receive a piece of steel for the shank. The shank's in the same size as the last tools, 5.375. So I've had a hunt around, and the only piece I can find what I've got is this one. Size is okay, but I want to finish at 12 inches long, which is that. So I've got to remove 10 inch of it, turning it away. Oh well. I'm now going to centre both ends and then remove the steady to turn it. Alright, let me get the steady off. So that's the shank rough down to 5.5 inch. I still have this to remove now. And then this end I'll have to turn round. It has to fit inside here, and I want it so that all that it'll be showing are the bolt heads. It's just one of those things in your mind's eye, you picture it done. So I'll get rid of that piece off the end now. Using these two tools, I just plunged in one way, then one the other way. Obviously saves that material and that. So using these two tools now, I just need that tool. It's about 20mm, so through by hand. Nice piece of the N24. As you can see, I pull it out of the choke. I've already drilled halfway through the other side, so I need to drill through this side and then finish the end details by turning it around. I was hoping this would be quite a quiet video so I could explain things, but I've had 9 more of these things delivered, so I'll try and speak over the noise of the machine. this end rough down. I've left 100 thou on the shank, and I need to turn around now to make this end fit inside here. Then I shall have it welded and then all turned in situ. Now I have to turn this end 42mm long, 195 diameter to fit inside here. I will do it size and size, an interference fit, and then press it in using the tailstone. So that's all size and size now, like I said, to fit into the tube. All that pressed in, absolutely beautiful, lovely, nice and tight fit. So weld it around here now. Right, it's time to clean up the weld. After all that heavy welding, I'm extremely happy with that. 0.006 of an inch, it's distorted. That's why I left some material to be turned up after. Clean this weld up. Well, that's half tidy so far. I did it with the 45 tool, slowly angling it round, only tightening down on one stud, but it held okay. I'll clean this part and then turn the shank to size, then dress it up. That's the shank finished to size, the weld cleaned the best I can. I'll just get a final polish on the body now, get rid of these roller marks. Right, that's the easy part done. Now I'll transfer it over to the Bridgeport for the milling. Now it's sat on V-box. The cutter I'm using is 50mm, 3 inserts, using Kenmetal TPCN 16s. What I'll do first is just run the cutter slightly on the top so I know where the top dead centre is. So that's the centre dot marked. Now it's just a case bog standard milling. Maximum cut I can use on this machine, they're only, I think they're 1 horsepower, not even that. So 2.5mm cut, any more and motor will pull up. That's as far as I can mill, how it's set up now. So I have to swivel the head round. And then to get it to match up from here into there, I'll turn the tool round until it just touches. Lock it all down, just check again, and then carry on milling. That's as far as I can get. This is where I've blended it in. There. It looks bad, but it really is nothing. And emery cloth will cover that. It's only a cosmetic look. So let me just show you. So that's what it looks like now. And that's what it looks like after a piece of emery cloth. It really is nothing. I can barely feel it with my thumb. So that's that far. Now, I'm going to fit the cartridge, but I'm using a 1/4 of an inch 4-flute solid carbide end mill. I really can't film this because it's a little bit complicated. All done by hand, and I don't want to be making any mistakes coming this far, so I'll just show you. That's before. And that's after. Next job, to remove this end. It's a different clamping system. So, and it's Sunday afternoon, and I'm going to go and meet John Smiths again. You've met him already. This is how it's clamped for this stage. To align it up now, you have to twist the tool, but if I bring the cutter up to the edge, to the shoulder, you can just see the light through it. If I wind on, you can see it's just about touching. There. So let me get rid of this. Just run along the top, make sure that it's nice and straight. You could run a clock on it to make sure it is, but that takes time. This is just as good. Oh, that's the first part of the second half for the inner cartridge. Just see if you can see where it's blended in. No emery cloth. It's there. Alright. Time to fit the centre cartridge. Time to get rid of this piece. That's that finished so far. What I'm going to do now is put a 5 degree angle on the scrap channel. Makes it more efficient for the scrap to escape. That's that done. I'll turn it around the other side. Then it's time to put the screw holes in. The most difficult part of these tool making. Before I finish this 5-degree angle what I'm putting in, people have asked on other videos how you dial it in and get things to measure up right and everything. When I slide this down to do the back end, there's a very good chance it'll spin. So how do I get that to blend in? Let me show you. First thing, remove the cutter. I've angled this so deliberately so it's not straight, as you can see. So with just finger pressure, holding it down and twist the tool. There, it's flat. Could have run a dial across here, but who wants to do stuff like that? This is easier. Right, let's see where it blends in like. Time for the cartridge mounting screws. I've simply lined the cartridge with a long series screw in by eye. Now I can't just come down with a drill onto a 14-degree angle here. The drill will just touch and run off. So first I have to come down with a flat, make it flat, then using a long series center drill, center it, then drill through. Even going straight to a center drill could still bend as it entered. That's why I need to put the flat on. So now the drill will enter true. as you saw for the mounting screws, drilled from the other side. Now I have to countersink them for the heads to fit in. So just put the drill back in and visualise it. No clocking, anything, just by eye. That's a 1/4 inch 4-flute solid carbide end mill, extra long. That's for the axial adjustment screw. Get a key. Push it down. I've decided not to put the 2 bolts in here. It will spoil its appearance and the weld won't break. The weakest point on these tools where they generally break is on this wall thickness. They can split here after time. So that's it, finished. Not too bad for an old rusty pipe. Thanks for watching.